The call came on a Tuesday afternoon while I was doing Mrs. Patterson's silk press. I love Tuesdays at Crowning Glory. The salon hums with a particular energy, not the chaotic rush of Saturday, but a steady rhythm. 3 blow dryers going at once. The sharp, sweet smell of cheese silk infusion mixing with the coconut oil Lakeisha uses for deep treatments. Mercedes at Station 2 doing box braids while her client scrolls through Pinterest. Janelle at the shampoo bowl, her hands working magic on scalps while she catches up on gossip. Mrs. Patterson, my 2 p.m., was in my chair talking about her no-good son-in-law. Girl, I told my daughter, if a man can't hold a job for more than 3 months, he can't hold a commitment. But does she listen? No. I sectioned her hair carefully, applied the heat protectant. My hands know this work by heart. 13 years of pressing and curling and transforming. Sometimes people have to learn their own lessons, Mrs. P. That's what my mama used to say. But Lord, it's hard watching your child make mistakes. I was reaching for the flat iron when my phone buzzed on the counter. Unknown number. My first thought, bill collector. Then, supply order issue. Then, Destiny's school. Did something happen? Excuse me 1 second, Mrs. P. You go ahead, baby. I'm not going anywhere with half my head done. I stepped into my office in the back, phone in hand, closed the door against the salon noise. The office was small. Desk, chair, filing cabinet, vision board on the wall. I answered. Hello? Is this Simone? A woman's voice, young, nervous, unfamiliar. Not a bill collector, not the school. Who's asking? My name is Crystal, and A pause, a shaky breath that I could hear even over the phone. I need to tell you something about Jerome. Time stopped. Jerome. My husband of 15 years. The man who'd promised 6 months ago that the affair was over, that he'd made a mistake, that he'd never hurt me again, that he'd blocked her number, that he'd chosen us, me and Destiny and our family. Crystal. The name from his phone. The woman with the crown emoji. The one who'd sent "Can't wait to see you tonight, baby," while he was in the shower. My blood went cold. My fingers tightened on the phone. What about him? I'm pregnant. The words hit me like a physical blow. My knees went weak. I sat down hard in my desk chair. It squeaked, that annoying sound I'd been meaning to fix for months. Such a small detail to notice when your world is ending. And before you hang up, she continued quickly, words tumbling out, there's something else you need to know. Something worse. Worse? Worse than being pregnant with my husband's baby? I couldn't imagine. My heart was pounding so hard I could feel it in my temples. My palms were sweating. The phone felt slippery in my grip. He told me you died. Silence. Complete silence. I could hear my own breathing, could hear the muffled sounds of the salon through the door, could hear nothing and everything all at once. I couldn't process what she'd just said. Died. She said died. What? 3 months ago. He said you died in a car accident on I-85, Valentine's Day. He showed me a funeral program, a death certificate. He cried. Her voice broke. Actually broke. This stranger on the phone was crying. I thought I was helping a grieving widower move on. I thought I was being patient and supportive while he healed. And yesterday I was scrolling Instagram and I saw your salon's page, and there you were, very much alive, posting about a Valentine's Day special. I couldn't speak, couldn't breathe. The room was spinning. Valentine's Day, 3 months ago, the day I'd spent at the salon doing heart-shaped designs on nails, offering champagne to clients, posting romantic quotes about self-love on Instagram. The day my husband had killed me.
"I'm so sorry," she whispered. "I would never have, if I'd known." "How long?" My voice came out flat, dead.
Like the woman he'd told her I was. What? How long have you been together? A year. We got engaged 2 months ago. He said he was ready to move forward, to honor your memory by choosing love again. Engaged. He was engaged to her, while married to me, while coming home to me every night, while kissing me goodbye every morning, while sitting across from me at dinner, asking about my day, pretending everything was normal. A year. Not the 8 months I'd known about, not the 6 months he'd sworn were over. A whole year. Where? I asked. My voice didn't sound like mine. It sounded mechanical, clinical, like I was asking about the weather. What? Where does he live with you? Buckhead. We have a condo, 2-bedroom. He's there Sunday through Thursday. Says he has to go to his parents' place in Stone Mountain on weekends to handle estate stuff. From your death. From... She stopped. From the death that didn't happen. Sunday through Thursday, with her. Friday through Sunday, with me and Destiny. A perfect split. A perfect lie. A perfect double life. I need to meet you, I said. Yes, she agreed immediately. I think we need to talk. After I hung up, I sat in my office for 5 full minutes. Just sat there, staring at the wall, at the vision board with its dreams of expansion and success, at the photo of Destiny on my desk, age 6, gap-toothed and grinning. That was the moment I realized my husband hadn't just cheated on me. He'd buried me. My name is Simone Harris, and 6 months ago I thought I'd hit rock bottom. Now I know. There are basements beneath basements. Levels of betrayal you can't imagine until you're standing in them. To be continued. This is part 1 of the expansion. Continue? I'm 42 years old. I own Crowning Glory, a hair salon in College Park that I built from nothing 12 years ago. Started in a tiny strip mall space with 2 styling chairs, 1 shampoo bowl, and a dream so big it scared me. I was 30, fresh out of cosmetology school, with a business loan I wasn't sure I could pay back, and a baby at home. Now I have 8 styling chairs, 3 shampoo bowls, a manicure station, and a waiting list that's 2 weeks long. My walls are covered with photos, clients on their wedding days, prom nights, job interviews, women I've made beautiful, women I've helped find their confidence. My stylists are like family. Lakeisha's been with me since day 1. We went to cosmetology school together, dreamed together, built together. Janelle does the best braids in Atlanta. Clients come from as far as Marietta just for her hands. Mercedes specializes in natural hair care, teaches workshops on Sundays about loving your texture. We're more than coworkers. We're sisters. We celebrate each other's wins, support each other through losses, cover each other's stations when life happens. When Lakeisha's mama died, we all went to the funeral. When Janelle got divorced, we took her out dancing until she laughed again. My clients are loyal. Some have been coming to me for over a decade. I know their families, their jobs, their secrets, their dreams. Mrs. Patterson's been my client for 11 years, watched Destiny grow up through salon visits, gave me advice when I didn't know how to handle teenage attitude. That's the thing about black hair salons. We're not just about hair. We're therapists, advisors, witnesses. You can't sit in someone's chair for 3 hours getting your hair done without talking about real life, marriage, money, kids, dreams, fears. I've heard it all, and I've kept it all. That's the sacred trust between a stylist and her client. I'm good at what I do, making women feel beautiful, confident, powerful. There's something about a fresh silk press or a perfect set of box braids that can change your whole outlook, your whole week, your whole life sometimes. I've built a business on that transformation. I'm also a wife. Or I thought I was. Jerome and I met 18 years ago at a Morehouse Spelman homecoming party. I was 24, still figuring out what I wanted to be when I grew up. He was 26, newly graduated, already climbing the corporate ladder in pharmaceutical sales. I remember the exact moment I saw him. The party was at somebody's apartment in West End. Music too loud, people too drunk, the kind of chaos you only tolerate in your 20s. I was about to leave, tired of dodging drunk guys asking for my number. And then Jerome walked in, wearing a suit, at a house party. A charcoal gray suit that fit him like it was tailored, which it probably was. He looked like he'd walked off the set of a music video, like Money and Ambition had a baby and named it Jerome Harris. My friend Shanice elbowed me. "Girl, who is that?" "Someone who knows he's fine," I said. He made his way through the party, shaking hands, laughing at jokes, completely comfortable. And then his eyes landed on me. He walked over, held out his hand. "I'm Jerome, and you are?" "Leaving," I said. He laughed. "Can I walk you out?" "Why? You just got here." "Because I came here tonight hoping to meet someone interesting, and I think I just did." Smooth. Too smooth. I should have seen it then. We dated for 4 years before we got engaged. Slow and steady, building something real, I thought. He wanted success, the house, the car, the lifestyle. I wanted stability, a partner, someone to build with. We got married at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, 300 people. My mama cried, his mama cried. My cousins filled the reception dance floor. People said we were relationship goals, said we were the couple that was going to make it. For the first few years, we were good, really good. We'd go to Sunday dinner at my mama's house in Cascade Heights, her cooking the meal she'd been preparing since Saturday, the house smelling like collard greens and cornbread. Jerome would help set the table, charm my aunties, play with my little cousins. He fit into my family like he'd always belonged. We went to church together. New Birth every Sunday, dressed to the nines, sitting in the 4th row on the left. Jerome sang loud during praise and worship, put generous checks in the offering, helped with the young men's ministry. Everyone loved him. Said I'd found a good one, a provider, a man of God. 3 years into the marriage, I got pregnant with Destiny. She came 5 weeks early. I'd been at the salon all day, feeling off but pushing through. Then my water broke while I was doing a client's relaxer. Lakeisha drove me to Grady Memorial, called Jerome, held my hand in the delivery room until he got there. He made it just in time. Rushed in, still wearing his work shirt and tie, face panicked and excited all at once. When they put Destiny in his arms, this tiny, perfect 6-pound miracle, he cried. Actually cried. Tears running down his face while he looked at her. "I'm going to give you everything," he whispered to her. "I'm going to be the best father in the world. I promise." I believed him. God, I believed him. For the first few years of Destiny's life, we were solid. Working parents figuring it out. Him traveling for work, me building the salon, both of us tag-teaming childcare. Sunday dinners at Mama's with Destiny in a high chair. Christmas mornings with too many presents. Beach vacations to Hilton Head. We looked good on paper. Successful, stable, happy. But somewhere between Destiny starting school and me opening the second chair at the salon, things shifted. Jerome started traveling more. Regional conferences, client meetings, overnight trips that turned into 2-night trips, then 3-night trips. At first, I didn't question it. His career was taking off. 6 figures, bonuses, promotions. We upgraded to a bigger house in East Point. Newer cars, better everything. But the trade-off was that he was home less and less. I remember the first time I felt it. The distance. We'd been married 8 years. I was waiting for him to come home from a conference in Charlotte, had cooked his favorite meal, smothered chicken, rice, green beans. Destiny was already in bed. I'd opened wine, put on the dress he liked. He texted at 9 p.m. Flight delayed, be home late, don't wait up. He got home at midnight. I was still awake, the food cold, the wine finished. Hey, baby, he said, kissing my forehead, distracted, tired. He smelled wrong. Not like airport and airplane, like perfume, light, floral, unfamiliar. How was the conference? I asked. Fine, boring. You know how these things are. He went straight to the shower, came out, fell asleep. I lay there in the dark, that perfume smell lingering in my mind, telling myself it was probably from sitting next to someone on the plane, or hugging a colleague, or nothing at all. I was good at telling myself things were nothing. Until 6 months ago, when I couldn't pretend anymore. But before I get to that night, the night everything changed, I need to tell you about a Tuesday afternoon at the salon, 2 weeks before I found the texts, because looking back, the universe was trying to warn me. It was a slow day. Just me, Lakeisha, and Mercedes. Janelle was out sick. Lakeisha was doing a wash and set on Miss Gloria, a church lady in her 60s who'd been coming to us for years. Mercedes was finishing up box braids on a college girl. I was between clients, restocking supplies. So y'all hear about Keisha from the nail salon? Miss Gloria said. Her voice carried across the salon. She never could whisper. What about her? Lakeisha asked, massaging shampoo into Miss Gloria's scalp. Girl, her husband was living a whole double life, had another woman, another apartment, been doing it for 3 years. My hands stopped moving. I stood there holding bottles of conditioner, suddenly very interested. 3 years? Mercedes shook her head. How you hide something like that for 3 years? He told her he was working late, told the other woman he was traveling for work. Had it all figured out. 2 phones, 2 lives. Miss Gloria clicked her tongue. Men ain't nothin'. Not all men, Lakeisha said automatically. She was engaged, still believed in love. Enough of them, Miss Gloria laughed. Y'all better watch your men. Check them phones, check them credit cards. If he got 2 phones, you already know what's up. Everyone laughed, including me. Uncomfortable laughter that said, not my man, while secretly wondering, could it be my man? Jerome had been traveling a lot lately, had been distant, had started password protecting his phone, said it was for work security. But I pushed the thought away. Jerome wasn't Keisha's husband. Jerome loved me. Jerome was a good man. Jerome would never. How'd she find out? The college girl asked, genuinely curious. The other woman got pregnant, called her to apologize, said she didn't know he was married. Miss Gloria shook her head. Can you imagine getting that phone call? I would die, Mercedes said. Just die right there on the spot. I'd kill him, Lakeisha said, then die. We all laughed again. But I remember thinking, what would I do? If I got that call, would I die? Would I kill? Would I forgive? I didn't know then that I'd find out soon enough. After Miss Gloria left, hair perfect, spirits high, gossip delivered, Lakeisha came over to my station. You okay, girl? You seem off today. I'm fine, just tired. Jerome still traveling a lot? Yeah, conference in Charlotte this week, client meetings in Tampa next week. It's always something. She looked at me for a long moment. You trust him? The question caught me off guard. Of course. Why? I don't know. You just seem stressed, like something's weighing on you. It's just the salon. Bills, life, normal stuff. She didn't sound convinced. Well, if you ever need to talk, I'm here.
Always. I know. Thank you. But I didn't talk. Didn't voice my concerns. Because voicing them would make them real. And I wasn't ready for them to be real. Not yet. The night everything changed was a Saturday. Destiny was at a sleepover at her friend Imani's house. Jerome and I had the house to ourselves, rare these days. He suggested we watch a movie, made popcorn, opened wine, sat close to me on the couch, his arm around my shoulders. It should have been nice, romantic even, a quiet evening reconnecting. But something felt off. He was trying too hard, laughing too loud at parts that weren't funny, checking his phone during the movie, then putting it away quickly when I glanced at him. You expecting a call? I asked. No, just work stuff. On a Saturday night? Pharmaceutical sales never sleeps, baby. You know that. After the movie, he went to take a shower, left his phone on the nightstand, face up. No password screen. It must have still been unlocked. It buzzed. A text message lit up the screen. I wasn't trying to snoop. I really wasn't. But the phone was right there, facing me, the message visible. Can't wait to see you tomorrow night, baby. Wear that cologne I like. My heart stopped, then started again, pounding so hard I thought I might pass out. I picked up the phone, hands shaking, fingers trembling. The message was from Crystal, a little crown emoji next to her name, like she was royalty, like she was special. I opened the thread, and my world ended. Hundreds of messages, going back months. I miss you. Last night was amazing. Can't stop thinking about your hands. Photos of her, beautiful, young, smiling. Photos of them together at restaurants I'd never been to, places I didn't recognize. I scrolled back, found the first message, dated 10 months ago. Not 8 months, like he'd later admit. 10. Great meeting you today at the conference. Hope we can connect again soon. His response, definitely. You made that boring presentation way more interesting. I sat there on our bed, where we'd slept together for 12 years, where we'd made love, where we'd conceived destiny, reading through months of infidelity. I could hear the shower running, could hear him humming, actually humming, like he didn't have a care in the world. My hands were shaking so badly I almost dropped the phone, but I kept reading, kept torturing myself with the details. I love falling asleep on your chest. Her. You make me feel young again. Him. When can I see you next? I miss you already. Her. Soon, beautiful. Soon. Him. Then more recent messages. From 2 weeks ago. A photo of a ring. Diamond. Beautiful. Expensive. Her message. Is this what I think it is? His message. Maybe. Have to wait and see. Her. Jerome Harris, are you about to propose to me? Him. Can't wait until the ring is official. I read that last line 3 times, 4 times, 5. Can't wait until the ring is official. He was planning to propose to her, while married to me, while sleeping in my bed, while kissing me goodbye every morning. I heard the shower turn off. Quickly, frantically, I took screenshots, sent them to my email, to my cloud storage. Evidence, proof. Because I knew that when I confronted him, he'd try to lie, try to minimize, try to make me doubt what I'd seen. I put the phone back exactly where it was, sat on the bed, waited. He came out of the bathroom, towel around his waist, still wet, droplets running down his chest, smiling at me like nothing was wrong, like he wasn't destroying our family. Baby, you okay? You look pale. I held up my phone, showed him one of the screenshots. Who is Crystal? His face. God, his face. All the color drained out in an instant. His mouth opened, but no sound came out. The towel slipped a little, and he grabbed it, suddenly aware of his vulnerability. Who is she? Simone, I can explain. I don't want explanations. I want the truth. Who is Crystal? He sat down heavily on the bed, wouldn't look at me, kept his eyes on the floor. I met her at a conference in Charlotte 10 months ago. And we started talking. Just talking at first, about work, about life. It was innocent. Innocent. I laughed. It came out wrong, hollow, broken. There are hundreds of messages here, Jerome. Photos, plans to meet. This isn't innocent. It started innocent. But then, he ran his hand over his face. I don't know. She made me feel seen, appreciated, like I mattered. And I don't make you feel that way? You're always so busy with the salon, with Destiny. I felt like I came last, like I wasn't even on your priority list. So you cheated. It wasn't supposed to be cheating. It was supposed to be just a connection, someone to talk to. But it became more. He didn't answer, didn't need to. How many times? My voice was cold now, detached, like I was interrogating a stranger. What? How many times did you sleep with her? Simone, that's not. How many times? I don't know. 20? Maybe more. I stopped counting. 20. Maybe more. Stopped counting. Each word was a knife, a separate, distinct wound. I stood up, walked to the closet, started pulling his clothes off hangers and throwing them on the floor. Shirts, pants, suits, all of it in a heap. What are you doing? Get out. Baby, please, let's talk about this. Get out of my house. Get out now before I do something we'll both regret. Simone, I love you. You don't love me. You don't cheat on people you love. You don't lie to people you love. You don't disrespect people you love. It's over with her. I swear, I'll end it. I'll block her number. I'll never see her again. Just please, please don't give up on us. You should have ended it before it started. You should have respected our marriage, respected me, respected our daughter. Please, don't do this. Think about Destiny. Think about our family.
Don't throw away 15 years because I made one mistake. One mistake. Like he'd forgotten to take out the trash. Like he'd been late for dinner. Not 20 affairs. Maybe more. Stopped counting. But his words hit their mark. Destiny. Our family. 15 years. Get out, I said again. But my voice was weaker now. Uncertain. Simone. Go to a hotel. Give me space to think. I'll call you tomorrow. He left, grabbed some clothes from the pile on the floor, walked out of the bedroom, out of the house, got in his car and drove away. I stood there in our bedroom, in the wreckage of our marriage, and I felt nothing. No tears, no rage, just emptiness. My phone rang. Destiny calling from the sleepover. Hey, baby. Hi, Mommy. Can I stay another night? Please? Amani's mom said it's okay. Of course, sweetheart. Thanks. You're the best. Love you. Love you too. I hung up, sat on the bed, and realized my daughter didn't know her father was a cheater, didn't know her family was falling apart, didn't know everything was about to change. And I had to decide, did I tell her? Did I blow up her world? Or did I try to fix this? Jerome called me 50 times that night, left voicemails. Baby, please answer. I'm so sorry. I'll do anything to fix this. Please don't give up on us. I didn't answer, didn't listen to the messages, just sat in the dark trying to figure out what came next. The next morning, Sunday, I called my mama. Hey, baby, you coming to dinner today? Mama, I need to talk to you. What's wrong? Her voice shifted immediately. Mama radar. I told her. Everything. The texts, the affair, the woman, the lies. She was quiet for a long moment. Then, what you gonna do? I don't know. Part of me wants to divorce him today. But Destiny. Don't stay for Destiny. Kids know when their parents are miserable. Better to be from a broken home than in one. But 15 years, Mama. Everything we built is built on a lie, baby. He lied. He cheated. He disrespected you and your marriage. The question is, can you ever trust him again? I don't know. Then you need to figure that out before you make any decisions. After I hung up, I called my best friend Shanice. Got a different perspective. Give him one chance, she said. One. Men mess up. Some of them learn. Some don't. But if you don't try, you'll always wonder. What if he does it again? Then you leave with no regrets, but at least you'll know you tried. For your daughter. For yourself. 2 different women. 2 different opinions. Both valid. The decision was mine. Monday morning, Jerome showed up at the salon before we opened. I was there early, doing inventory, trying to focus on something other than the wreckage of my marriage. He walked in, looking like he hadn't slept. Eyes red, face haggard, still wearing the same clothes from Saturday night. Simone, please, can we talk? Not here. Then where? Your office, the car, anywhere. Just please talk to me. I led him to my office in the back, closed the door, crossed my arms and waited. And he fell apart, dropped to his knees on the floor of my office, sobbing, real, ugly crying that shook his whole body. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I fucked up. I know I fucked up.
But please don't leave me. Please give me another chance. I stood there, watching him cry, and I felt nothing. No sympathy, no desire to comfort him, just cold assessment. He looked up at me, tears and snot running down his face. I'll do anything. Counseling, therapy, whatever you want. Just please don't give up on us. Did you end it with her? Yes, this morning. I called her before I came here, told her I made a mistake, that I love my wife, that we can't see each other anymore. Did you block her number? Yes. Look. He pulled out his phone with shaking hands, showed me his blocked contacts. Crystal's number was there. Did you delete all the messages? Yes, everything. She's gone. I swear to God, Simone, she's gone. Stand up. He did, wiped his face with his hands, looked at me with desperate hope. If I give you another chance, there are conditions. We go to counseling, both of us, together and separate. You're home every night by 6, unless you can prove otherwise with calendar invites. You show me your phone whenever I ask. You give me access to your email, your social media, all of it. Complete transparency. And if I find out you're lying to me even once, if I find out you're still in contact with her or anyone else, we're done. No second chances, no conversations. Done. Do you understand? Yes. Anything. I'll do anything. This isn't for you. This is for Destiny. I'm giving our marriage one more try because I don't want to break her heart. But if you screw this up, I'm taking you for everything you have. The house, the cars, your retirement, everything. I understand. Thank you, baby. Thank you so much. I won't let you down. I promise. He tried to hug me. I stepped back. Don't. Not yet. You have to earn that back. He nodded, left the salon. And I stood in my office, wondering if I'd just made the biggest mistake of my life. We started counseling the following week, first with Pastor Williams at our church. He was kind but traditional, talked a lot about forgiveness, about marriage being a covenant, about how Satan attacks strong marriages. It made me uncomfortable, like Jerome's cheating was some external force rather than his own choice. After 3 sessions, I suggested we try a licensed therapist instead. Dr. Alicia Clark had an office in Cascade Heights, a Black woman in her 50s with warm eyes and no-nonsense energy. She didn't play. Our first session, she looked at Jerome. Why did you cheat? He started with his rehearsed answer. I felt neglected. My wife was always busy. Stop. Dr. Clark held up her hand. I didn't ask what your wife did. I asked what you did. Take responsibility. He blinked. Tried again. I made a selfish choice. Why? Because I wanted to feel special, important, desired. And your wife doesn't make you feel that way? She does, but you wanted more. You wanted to feel that way all the time, without doing the work to maintain your marriage. He was quiet. Dr. Clark turned to me. And you, why are you here? For my daughter, for my marriage, to try to make this work. Wrong answer. I blinked. What? You're not here for your daughter. You're not here for your marriage. You're here for you. To decide if you can heal, if you can trust again, if you want to stay. This is about you, not him, not your daughter, you. It was the first time anyone had said that. had given me permission to make this about me. I don't know if I can trust him again, I admitted. Good. That's honest. Now we can start. Over the next 6 months, we went to Dr. Clark every Tuesday evening. Destination would be at my mama's house. Jerome would come straight from work. We'd sit in that office and unpeel layers of our marriage. He talked about feeling invisible, about me building the salon and him feeling left behind, about wanting to matter. I talked about him being absent, about shouldering everything at home, about feeling like a single parent. Dr. Clark didn't let either of us off the hook. "Marriage is work," she said in one session. "Nobody tells you that before the wedding. They show you the dress and the cake and the honeymoon. Nobody shows you the Tuesday nights when you're too tired to talk, the financial stress, the sick kids, the aging parents, the slow drift apart. You have to choose each other every single day. And both of you stopped choosing." "But I didn't cheat," I said. "No, you didn't. And that's on him. But you checked out too. Maybe not physically, but emotionally. You stopped fighting for this marriage long before he stepped out." It hurt to hear, but it was true. Somewhere in the years of building the salon and raising Destiny, Jerome and I had stopped being partners, had become roommates, co-parents, business associates managing a household. We'd stopped seeing each other. And Jerome, instead of telling me, instead of fighting for us, had found someone else. 6 months passed. Jerome became the perfect husband, and I mean perfect. Flowers every Friday, delivered to the salon so my stylists and clients could see them. Roses, lilies, whatever was in season, with cards that said things like, "To my beautiful wife," and "Thank you for giving me another chance." Date nights every Saturday. Expensive restaurants he used to say were too pricey. Bacchanalia, the Sundial, Canoe, places with dress codes and wine lists and waiters who called you madam. He'd hold my hand across the table, look into my eyes, tell me I was beautiful, ask about my day like he genuinely cared. It should have felt good, should have felt like healing. Instead, it felt like performance. One Saturday, we went to Ray's at Killer Creek. Beautiful restaurant, beautiful meal, beautiful everything. Jerome was being extra attentive, pulled out my chair, ordered my favorite wine without asking, complimented my dress 3 times. "You seem different tonight," I said. "Different how?" "I don't know. Extra something. I'm just happy to be here with you. Happy we're working on us." But his phone was face down on the table, and he kept glancing at it. Quick glances he thought I wouldn't notice. "Expecting a call?" "No, just habit. Sorry." He turned the phone over, showed me the black screen. "See? Nothing." But the fact that he had to prove it bothered me. We also started going to church together again, every Sunday. New birth, 4th row on the left like always. Jerome would sing loud during praise and worship, put generous checks in the offering, shake hands with everyone, hug the mothers, play with the kids. After service, people would stop us. "Y'all looking good. Marriage goals. Glad to see you both." If they only knew. One Sunday, Jerome held my hand during the entire sermon. Pastor preached about forgiveness, about second chances, about how God restores broken marriages. Jerome squeezed my hand, whispered, "That's us, baby. God is restoring us." I smiled, nodded, but inside, I felt nothing. The worst was the family time. Jerome suddenly became super dad, helped Destiny with homework every night, drove her to basketball practice, showed up to her games, made her breakfast on weekends. One evening, I came home from the salon to find them in the kitchen together. Destiny was doing algebra, Jerome helping her. "Daddy, I still don't get it." "Okay, look, think of it like this." He drew diagrams on her homework, explained patiently, made her laugh. When she finally understood, she hugged him. "Thanks, Dad. You're the best." "Anything for my baby girl." Later, after Destiny went to bed, I asked him, "Why now?" "What do you mean?" "The homework help, the games, the breakfast. You've never been this involved before." "Because I almost lost you both. I'm not taking anything for granted anymore." It sounded good. It looked good. But Dr. Clark had said something in our last session that stuck with me. Consistent behavior over time builds trust, but your intuition counts too. If something feels off, pay attention. Something felt off. Jerome was trying too hard, being too perfect, like he was overcompensating for something. But every time I tried to put my finger on it, he'd show me his phone, give me his passwords, tell me his schedule. Complete transparency, just like I'd demanded. So I told myself I was being paranoid, that this was what healing looked like, that I should be grateful he was trying. Until Crystal called, and I realized I'd been right to trust my instincts. He hadn't stopped. He'd just gotten better at hiding, continuing with Starbucks meeting and remaining blocks. We met at a Starbucks in Midtown 2 days after Crystal's call. I got there 30 minutes early. Needed time to prepare, to steady myself, to figure out what to say to the woman carrying my husband's baby. I sat in the corner with my back to the wall, ordered a venti coffee I knew I wouldn't drink. My hands were shaking. My stomach was in knots. Every time the door opened, my heart jumped. At exactly 2 p.m., a young woman walked in. I knew it was her immediately. Early 30s, beautiful, honey-colored skin, natural hair in a perfect twist-out that must have taken hours, curves that made her look like she was poured into her navy wrap dress. She wore heels, professional, put together, the kind of woman who belonged in boardrooms and corner offices. This was my competition. Young, successful, everything I used to be before life and motherhood and owning a business aged me. Our eyes met across the coffee shop. Recognition flashed on her face. She'd obviously been looking at my salon's Instagram, seen my photos. She walked over slowly, nervously, one hand resting protectively on her small baby bump. "Simone?" "Crystal." She sat down across from me. Up close, I could see she'd been crying. Her eyes were puffy. Her makeup couldn't quite hide the redness. She had a tissue clutched in one hand. "Thank you for meeting me," she said softly. "I wasn't sure you would." "I almost didn't." "I wouldn't blame you if you hated me." "I don't hate you. I'm angry, confused, hurt, but I don't hate you. You didn't know." Her eyes filled with tears, fresh ones, joining whatever she'd cried earlier. "I swear I didn't. I would never. I'm not that kind of woman." "Neither am I, but here we both are." She pulled out her phone with shaking hands. "I brought proof of everything he told me, everything he showed me. I need you to see it, to understand I really didn't know." She opened her photos, started showing me. The first was Jerome at a restaurant, some fancy place with white tablecloths and candles. He was wearing the suit I'd bought him for Christmas, the one he said was for client dinners. "That's Bacchanalia," she said, "our 6-month anniversary dinner." 6 months, right in the middle of our healing period. Next photo. Jerome in what looked like a nice apartment. Modern, sleek, windows showing the Atlanta skyline. That's our condo in Buckhead, 2-bedroom. We moved in together 4 months ago. 4 months. While he was coming home to me every weekend, while he was being the perfect husband. More photos. Jerome at a Falcons game, Jerome at Stone Mountain, Jerome on a beach, Tybee Island, she said, a weekend getaway. Every photo was a lie I'd believed. Every smile was a performance I'd bought. Then she showed me wedding planning photos, venue options, cake tastings, flower arrangements. We were supposed to get married July 15th, she said, at the Biltmore Ballroom. I'd already bought my dress, sent save the dates to my family. Does your family know about him? Some. My mom met him twice. My sister met him once. He was always busy when I wanted him to meet more people. Said his work schedule was crazy, that after the wedding, we'd have more family time. More excuses, more compartmentalization, more lies. What about his family? Did he introduce you to them? She shook her head. He said his parents died a few years ago, said his brothers weren't in his life anymore, that after you... She stopped, corrected herself. After he said you died, they blamed him, cut him off. He was all alone in the world except for me. All lies. Jerome's parents were alive and well in Stone Mountain. His brothers lived in Atlanta. They all came to Sunday dinner at Mama's house once a month. He's been lying to everyone, I said. I'm starting to see that. She swiped to the next image. But this is the worst part. It was a funeral program, trifold, professional looking. On the front was a photo of me, one from the salon's website, me smiling in front of my logo. Simone Marie Harris, 1981 to 2024. Beloved wife, mother, daughter, sister, friend, called home too soon. The inside had a fake obituary, paragraphs about my life, my work, my family, all written by Jerome, all designed to kill me off so he could start fresh. Services held at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, interment private. Even the details were real. New Birth was our church. He'd incorporated truth to make the lie more believable. He showed me this 3 months ago, Crystal said. Valentine's Day. We were supposed to go out to dinner, but he canceled. Said it was the anniversary of your death, that he needed to be alone. He was crying, actually crying. I felt so bad for him. Valentine's Day. The day I'd been at the salon doing heart-themed promotions. The day I'd posted on Instagram about self-love and treating yourself. The day my husband had killed me. There's more, she said. She showed me the death certificate. It looked official. State seal, my name. Date of death, February 14th, 2024. Cause of death, motor vehicle accident. Location, Interstate 85. Where did he get this? I asked, my voice shaking. He said his cousin worked at the funeral home. Did it as a favor so he'd have official paperwork for insurance and your daughter's school. More lies. Jerome didn't have a cousin in the funeral business. This was forged, fabricated, criminal. Crystal scrolled to text messages next. Hundreds of them. A year's worth of conversations. I can't wait to spend my life with you. Him. You've saved me, Crystal. After losing Simone, I thought I'd never love again. Him. Our babies are going to be so beautiful. Him. That last one hit me like a punch. Babies? I asked. Plural? She nodded, one hand on her stomach. He wanted 4 kids. Said you only had 1 daughter, that he'd always wanted a big family. I'd wanted more kids. He was the one who said no, said 1 was enough, said we couldn't afford more. Another lie. When did you find out about the pregnancy? I asked. 6 weeks ago. We were so happy. He cried again, said it was a blessing, that you would have loved being a grandmother someday. I'm 42, not exactly grandmother age yet. I know that now. But he made you sound so much older, like you'd been together forever, like you'd had this long, beautiful life before tragedy struck. We had 15 years, not forever. And it wasn't beautiful at the end. It was broken because of him. She set her phone down, looked at me directly. I need you to understand something. I'm not a homewrecker. I have a master's degree in pharmaceutical marketing from Howard. I have a good job, a good life. I'm not some desperate woman chasing married men. I believe you. I genuinely thought I was dating a widower, a good man who'd been through hell and was ready to love again. I was patient with his grief, gave him space on weekends, didn't push when he said he wasn't ready to meet more of my family. I thought I was being supportive. You were being played. We both were. We sat in silence for a moment. 2 women who should have been enemies, who should have been fighting over a man. But we weren't. Because the enemy wasn't each other. It was Jerome. I called you to apologize, Crystal said finally. For my part in this. Even though I didn't know, I still feel guilty. Don't. This isn't on you. But I'm pregnant with his child. I'm connected to him forever now. Have you decided what you're doing? About the baby? I don't know. I'm 12 weeks. I have time. But the thought of raising his child, of being connected to him, of dealing with him for the next 18 years. Her voice broke. I don't know if I can do it. Whatever you decide, I'll support you. And if you keep the baby, I'll make sure he pays child support. I'll make sure he can't run away from this one, too. She looked up at me, surprised. You'd do that? For me? Not for you, for that baby, because every child deserves financial support from both parents, no matter how terrible one of them is. Thank you. She wiped her eyes. Most women would, I don't know, blame me, hate me, want nothing to do with me. Most women should realize we're not the enemy. Men like Jerome are. He lied to you. He lied to me. He used your compassion the same way he used my loyalty. We're both victims here. I thought I was helping him heal, she whispered. And I thought I was saving my marriage. What are you going to do? Divorce him. Take him for everything. Make sure my daughter gets therapy. Rebuild. When? Now. Today. I'm done. I looked at her. But first, I think we should confront him. Together. Her eyes widened. Together? He needs to face what he's done. Face both of us. See that his lies have caught up to him. I don't know if I can.
You can. We both can. Because we deserve better than being lied to, and he deserves to face the consequences.
She thought about it, then nodded slowly. Okay, let's do it. She planned it for Friday night, family dinner night, the one night Jerome never missed. Crystal would arrive at 6:30 p.m., ring the doorbell, walk into our dining room where Jerome thought he was safe. The next 3 days felt surreal. I went through the motions of normal life, worked at the salon, made dinner, helped Destiny with homework, slept next to Jerome at night. He had no idea what was coming. Wednesday night, I met with Dr. Clark alone. I need your advice, I said, about Destiny. What about her? I'm planning to confront Jerome with Crystal this Friday, and Destiny will be home. Dr. Clark leaned back in her chair. That's a big decision. I know. Part of me wants to send her to a friend's house, protect her from it. But another part thinks she needs to see this, needs to know the truth. Why? Because I don't want to raise her in a house built on lies. I don't want her to learn that women stay quiet and protect men who hurt them. I want her to see that there are consequences, that truth matters. Those are valid reasons, but you need to be prepared for the impact. She's 13. This will shape how she sees relationships, how she sees her father, how she sees you. I know. And you're okay with that? I'm okay with her knowing the truth, even if it's painful, even if it changes everything. Dr. Clark nodded slowly. Then you have your answer. Thursday night, I called my mama. You sure about this? She asked. No, but I'm doing it anyway. You need me there? No. This is something I have to do. But can you come get Destiny afterward? She's going to need you. Of course, baby. I'll be there. Friday morning, I did something I hadn't done in months. I got dressed up. Not for Jerome. For me. Wore the burgundy dress that made me feel powerful. Did my hair. Full makeup. Heels. Jewelry. Lakeisha noticed when I came into the salon. Girl, what's the occasion? Just felt like looking good today. Well, you succeeded. Looking like money. If she only knew. I was dressing for war. Need to add the full dinner confrontation scene, aftermath, and epilogue to reach 11 to 13K. That evening, I cooked Jerome's favorite meal like it was the Last Supper. Smothered pork chops with onion gravy, the way his mama taught me. Baked mac and cheese with 3 cheeses, sharp cheddar, mild cheddar, Monterey Jack, breadcrumb topping. Collard greens slow cooked with smoked turkey, the pot seasoned since morning. Buttermilk cornbread, still warm. Sweet potato pie waiting on the counter for dessert. I set the table with our wedding china, the good stuff we got 15 years ago and barely touched. White plates with gold trim, crystal glasses, cloth napkins, lit candles. 3 of them down the center of the table put on soft jazz, John Coltrane, Jerome's favorite, made it look like a celebration. Destiny came downstairs at 5:30, confused. Mom, what's all this? Did I forget something? No, baby, just felt like making a nice dinner. For no reason? Do I need a reason to spoil my family? She looked at me strangely, my 13-year-old daughter who saw more than I gave her credit for. You okay, Mom? You seem different. I'm fine, sweetie. Why don't you finish your homework while I finish up here? She went back upstairs, but not before throwing another concerned glance my way. I checked my phone. Text from Crystal. On my way. So nervous. Me too. It's going to be okay. Jerome came home at 6:03, 3 minutes late, which was early for him. Walked in with his briefcase and his charming smile.
Something smells amazing.
He came into the kitchen, kissed my cheek. I let him, even though his touch made my skin crawl.
You went all out tonight.
Felt like doing something special. He looked at the table, the candles, the good china. His smile widened.
What's the occasion?
You'll see. We sat down, the three of us, our little family, for the last time as a unit. Destiny talked about her day, some drama with her friends Imani and Jasmine. Jerome told a funny story about a doctor he'd met, complete with voices and gestures. I smiled and nodded and tasted nothing. My stomach was in knots. My heart was racing. I kept checking the clock on the microwave. 6:24, 6:25, 6:26. At 6:28, Jerome's phone buzzed. He glanced at it. His face shifted. Just for a second, a micro-expression of concern, before he smiled and put it face down on the table. Work? I asked sweetly.
Yeah, client email. I'll deal with it later.
Liar. 6:29. 6:30. The doorbell rang. I'll get it, I said, standing.
Who's coming over?
Jerome asked. Casual, but I could hear the tension underneath. A friend. For dessert. I walked to the front door. My hands were steady, even though my heart was pounding. Opened it. Crystal stood on my porch in a simple black dress, one hand protectively on her small belly. Her eyes met mine. We didn't need words. We walked into the dining room together, side by side. Two women united by one man's lies. Jerome looked up, saw Crystal, and his face went through a series of expressions in rapid succession: confusion, recognition, shock, terror. The fork fell from his hand, clattered on the good china. The sound echoed in the sudden silence.
What?
His voice came out strangled. Wrong.
What are you doing here?
Hi, Jerome, Crystal said. Her voice shook but held steady. Surprise. Turns out Simone's not dead after all. Destiny looked between us, her face confused. Dad? Who is this? This is Crystal, I said calmly. My voice didn't waver. Your father's fiancée.
His what?
Jerome stood up so fast his chair crashed backward, hit the floor. The candles flickered.
Simone, this isn't... Let me explain.
Explain what? Crystal's voice rose. That you're married? That you have a daughter? That you've been lying to me for a year? You're married? Destiny's voice was small, scared. Dad, you're married to Mom. What is she talking about?
It's complicated, baby girl.
It's not complicated at all, I said. My voice was ice. Your father has been cheating on me for over a year. He told Crystal I died 3 months ago. He proposed to her. He lives with her during the week and with us on weekends. He's been lying to both of us.
That's not... I didn't...
Jerome's hands were shaking. He looked between us desperately. Simone, please, let's talk about this privately. No, Crystal said firmly. No more private conversations. No more lies. Tell us the truth, right here, right now. He sat down heavily in his chair, put his head in his hands. I'm sorry. You're sorry? Destiny's voice cracked. That's it? That's all you have to say? I didn't mean for any of this to happen. But it did happen, Crystal shouted.
She was crying now, one hand on her belly, the other pointing at him. You proposed to me. You told me we were building a future together. You let me fall in love with you while you were married. And you let me think we were healing, I added. My voice was still eerily calm. You went to counseling. You cried. You promised you'd changed. And the whole time, you were still with her, moved in with her, planned a wedding with her, got her pregnant. The word pregnant seemed to suck all the air out of the room. Destiny's face went pale. Pregnant? Crystal nodded, tears streaming down her face. 12 weeks. Oh my God. Destiny stood up, backed away from the table. Oh my God. You're having a baby with her? Destiny, listen to me. Jerome reached for her. Don't touch me. She jerked away. How could you? How could you do this to us, to Mom? I made mistakes. Mistakes? My laugh was bitter. You forged a death certificate. You faked my funeral. You erased me so you could start over with someone else. Those aren't mistakes. That's evil. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Then what was it supposed to be like? Crystal demanded. You told me your wife died. You showed me funeral programs. You cried about losing her. And she's been alive this whole time, wondering why you were suddenly the perfect husband. I love both of you. You don't love either of us, I said coldly. You can't love someone and lie to them like this. You can't love someone and erase their existence. You can't love someone and build a whole separate life behind their back. You don't love me, Crystal said, her voice breaking. You love yourself, your image, your ability to have everything you want without consequences. And now there are consequences, I said, standing up, walking around the table to him. Get out. Simone, please, we can work through this. There's nothing to work through. You're done. We're done. Pack your things tonight. You have 1 hour. And then I never want to see you in this house again. What about Destiny? What about our daughter? What about her? Destiny's voice was cold, so cold, too cold for a 13-year-old. You should have thought about me before you did this. Baby girl, I'm so sorry. Stop calling me that. She was crying now, really crying. You don't get to call me that anymore. You don't get to act like you're my dad after what you did. I am your dad. No. Her voice broke. My dad wouldn't do this. My dad wouldn't lie and cheat and fake someone's death. My dad wouldn't get another woman pregnant while we were eating dinner together every night, pretending to be a family. I don't know who you are, but you're not my dad. Jerome's face crumpled, not with remorse, with the realization that he'd lost everything, that his lies had finally caught up. He looked at me one last time. Simone, 1 hour, then I'm calling the police to escort you out. He left, went upstairs to pack. We could hear him moving around above us. The three of us, me, Crystal, and Destiny, stood in the dining room, the candles still burning, the untouched meal on the table, the ruins of a family dinner. I'm sorry, Crystal whispered to Destiny.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know. It's not your fault, Destiny said quietly. He lied to you too. Crystal looked at me. Thank you for believing me, for not blaming me. We're not the enemy, I said. We never were. After Jerome left, car packed, tail between his legs, no fight left in him, Destiny came to me. Mom? Yeah, baby? Are you okay? The question broke something in me. My 13-year-old daughter, who'd just watched her father's lies explode, asking if I was okay. I will be, I told her, pulled her into my arms. We both will be, I promise. That was 6 months ago. Jerome signed the divorce papers without a fight. His lawyer probably told him he was lucky I wasn't taking more.
I got the house, a generous settlement, full custody of Destiny. He gets supervised visitation every other weekend until Dr. Monroe says Destiny's ready for more. She's not ready yet. Maybe she never will be. And that's okay. Destiny's been seeing Dr. Monroe twice a week, working through the betrayal, the lies, the fact that her father chose himself over his family. Last week, in a session that Dr. Monroe told me about with Destiny's permission, Destiny said something that made me cry. I used to think all men were like my dad, but then I realized my dad is just one man. He made bad choices, but that doesn't mean all men will, right? Right, Dr. Monroe told her. Your father's failures don't define all men, and they certainly don't define your worth. As for Crystal, she broke up with Jerome the night of the dinner. Hasn't spoken to him since, except through lawyers. She kept the baby. Made that decision after weeks of therapy and soul-searching. Said the baby deserved a chance at life, regardless of who the father was. We stayed in touch. Not close friends, but something like sisters. Bonded by shared trauma and survival. 2 months ago, she came to the salon. 8 months pregnant, glowing despite everything. Mercedes did her hair, a beautiful silk press that made her cry happy tears. I want to feel beautiful when I meet my daughter, she said. You are beautiful, I told her, and you're going to be an amazing mother. Last week, I got a text. She's here. 7 pounds, 4 ounces. Perfect. Named her Truth. A photo followed. A tiny brown baby with wide eyes and a full head of hair. I smiled at my phone through tears. Typed back. Perfect name, sister. She's beautiful. So are you. Thank you, she wrote. For everything. For not hating me. For helping me see the truth. I named her Truth because that's what you gave me. And that's what I'm going to give her. Always. I saved the photo. Showed it to Destiny. She's cute, she said. That's very mature of you. Dr. Monroe says I can decide later if I want a relationship with her. That there's no rush. That it's okay to take time to figure out how I feel. Dr. Monroe is right. Do you think Dad will be a good father to her? I don't know, baby. I hope so. For her sake. But that's not our responsibility. Our responsibility is to heal. To build a life where we're happy and healthy and honest. Are you happy, Mom? I thought about it. About the salon, now with 9 chairs, 10th coming next month. About my stylists, who are family. About my clients who fill my days with laughter and stories. About Sunday dinners at Mama's house. About being able to breathe without wondering what lies are coming next. I'm getting there, I said. Every day, a little more.
This morning, I did something I haven't done in a long time. I looked in the mirror and liked what I saw. A strong woman, a survivor, a mother raising a daughter who knows truth matters, a business owner building an empire, a friend to women who've been where I've been. Jerome tried to bury me, tried to erase me so he could start fresh. But I'm still here, still standing, still building, still living. And the woman he tried to replace me with? She's not my enemy. She's my sister, another survivor, another woman choosing truth over lies. We both named our children after what matters: destiny, truth. And those names? They're not just names. They're promises. Promises to raise daughters who know their worth, who demand honesty, who won't settle for men who lie. Jerome lost everything trying to have everything: his wife, his daughter's respect, his reputation, his dignity. And Crystal and I, we gained something he could never give us: freedom, sisterhood, truth. And that's worth more than any lie he ever told.